Hello traders, this is video number 12 and in this video I'll give you a money management plan that will make you rich in the next 52 weeks. But before that, I have to tell you something, and that is, if you think you can't lose, you are already setting up yourself for a fall. Trading isn't about winning every single day. It's about staying in the game. One bad day with no discipline can wipe out everything you have built. The market doesn't care about your ego. If you don't control your risk and accept that losses are a part of the journey, you will eventually going to lose it all. Because I have seen traders who started from $100 reaching $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, but they lack discipline and ultimately they reach $0 because there is no trader in this world who can win every day. See, you have a upside potential which is infinite. You can make any number from this $100. You can make $100,000. You can make $1 million. But the only downside you have is you can only lose this $100 and then you will reach $0 and you have to start again. And that's why understanding that you can't win every day, you can't win every trade, you can't win every session is very important. And one more thing is also there. You can't lose every trade, you can't lose every session, you can't lose every day, which means if you have a discipline and if you have a working strategy, you will ultimately going to make some positive profit in the market if you follow it with a discipline. But if you don't have a discipline, suppose you started with $100 of account and you are trading with perfect strategy, but you don't have that discipline and you manage to reach $100,000 in just 30 days trading binary option, but you don't have discipline and now you are targeting $1 million. Just because you are winning for the last 30 days doesn't mean that you cannot lose. But what happens to those traders who don't have discipline is that one bad session and they will reach zero. And you have seen this happening to many traders. Maybe this happened to you also, that only one day you lose and you just blow up your account completely. And that's why having discipline is very important. Without discipline, you will never reach your goal. And even if you manage to make money, you will not be able to keep it and you will have a zero return. You will be in the negative at a long run. So just understand one thing, you can't win every day, every trade, every session. Losses are the part of game and you have to stick with your discipline and plan. Then only you can be rich. Don't be that trader who think I cannot lose just because he has a ego problem. The market doesn't care about your ego and you will ultimately going to lose because there is infinite potential in the upside direction, but you can only lose this $100 in the market. The upside potentials are high. Make sure you follow it with a discipline. So it's time to share the money management plan that I have built for you. So this is your money management plan, and if you follow it with proper discipline and with honesty, you will reach your goal and you will have so much money at the end of 52 weeks. So let me explain you the whole money management plan. You can risk up to 5% of your account per trade, which means if you have a $100 account, you can take a $5 trade. Second, you cannot take more than 5 trades. I have explained you why you can't do that in our trade management video. This is the maximum limit. If you want to take one trade, you can go for one trade a day. 2 trades, you can go for 2 trades a day, but the maximum limit is 5 trades a day. Third, if you lose 10% of your capital, you will stop trading immediately. Or if you face 2 losses in a row, you will stop trading immediately after that. Fourth, your profit target will be 15% a day. That is your profit target. But this is not the ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to reach just 20% weekly, which means you don't have to trade every day, because trading is not about sitting on the chair and placing random trades. It's about calculating your risk and placing your bets only when the chances of you winning are high. Now, these are your daily target, and we all know that you can't win every day and you can't lose every day. But ultimately, if you manage to make 20% per week, then you have done the best part, because gaining 20% a week is a big thing, and I will show you the number that you will reach if you just manage to make it 20% per week, which means if you have $100 account and at the end of the week you have $120 just in your account, then you are on the right track. Now, this is about the money management. Let's understand something. You don't have to trade every day. Sometimes you don't feel like trading, so in those days you will not take trade. Your daily target is not important. Your weekly target is important, which is 20% per week. You have to make 20% a week. You can do it in 1 day, or you can do it in 2 days, or maybe in 5 days, but this is your ultimate goal. If you manage to make 20% weekly on your capital, you are on the right track. So you don't have to trade every day, because every day market moves differently. Sometimes you will find your strategy failing, and sometimes you find your strategy working. So ultimate goal is to make 20% per week. Second, if you don't hit your weekly target, you don't have to cover it the next week. Suppose on the very first week you manage to make $15, 15% on your $100 account, then on the next week your target is to make 20% only on your $115. You will not chase the previous target also. What is gone is gone. Don't think about the past, don't worry about the future, just focus on the present. So you will only target 20% per week. If you fail to reach your target on the last week, do not try to cover it. Third thing, withdrawal process. You will withdraw your money weekly, but only if you manage to make over 20% a week. Suppose if you make 25% a week, then you can withdraw that 5% only. You need that 20% for reinvestment, so that you can keep making that 20% weekly in order to hit that milestone which we are targeting based on this money management plan, which is quite big. So let me summarize it one more time. Your trade size will be 5% of your account. You can take up to 5 trades max a day, which means you only have around 25 trades a week. You can take 25 trades, or you can take 5 trades. It's up to you. I'm not giving you any particular number, but this is the maximum limit. You will stop trading if you hit 10% loss in a day, or if you hit 2 losses in a day, you will stop trading immediately. If you hit 15% profit target in a day, you will stop trading immediately, and ultimately you are targeting 20% per week. That is your ultimate target. And if you don't feel like trading, you don't have to trade every day. If you don't hit your weekly target, do not try to cover it next week, and you can only withdraw money if you manage to make over 20% a week. So whatever you are making over 20% a week, you can withdraw that. Now the previous part was about money management. This part is about if you lose. Suppose if you following proper strategy, you have discipline, but still you are not making any profit and you lose 20% in a week. In this case, what will you do? You will cut your risk by 50%. Previously, you were taking 5% risk per trade. Now you will switch to 2 to 2.5% of your balance per trade. You will stop trading immediately for 48 hours for some reset, because if you don't stop, you will start revenge trading, which is not what we wanted. Third, you will review your last 10 trades and will try to spot the common mistake, and then you will work on them. Fourth, you will trade on demo for at least 2 days and you will rectify your mistake. The mistake that you did, you will review those mistakes, you will write it on, and then you will try to correct them in the demo for at least 2 trading days. Then after that, you will resume your trading slowly, and then you will scale up to the previous money management plan. And ultimately, if you manage to follow this money management plan for 52 weeks, you will be standing at this number. If you manage to make 20%, just 20% a week, you will be standing at 1.3 million at the end of 52 weeks. And if you fail to make 20% a week, but you still have positive progress in your account, you can make up to $100,000, which is not a small number either. The only thing you have to remember when you are following this money management plan is you do not martingale. You follow the rules properly. If you hit your target, you will stop trading. If you hit your loss limit, you will stop trading. You cannot cross your trade management plan. You will stick with a trade management plan. You can't trade all day. You don't have to trade every day, and that is how you can make money. But most important thing here is, if you follow one strategy, just one strategy, then you can make this happen easily. Why I'm saying this? Because when you try to find different setup on the chart, you lose your focus. And that's why I was giving you these strategies very slowly, so that you guys can select which strategy is working for you. And then you can decide which strategy you are going to use on that trading journey, because you don't need 100 strategies to make money. You only need one working strategy to make good money. And I want you to follow just one strategy, because in that way you will be very focused. You know how you can execute the trade, and then you can make money. So now I have given you the money management plan. It's up to you how you are going to follow it. And with this note, let's end this video. The upcoming videos will cover all the doubts that you guys have based on our previous learning, and then we will move forward. That's it for the day. We'll see you very soon with a new tutorial.